EI's Tuesday's Town with Starkville is brought to you by Sullivan's Office Supply, your office furniture source since 1959. Horse Feathers Mall 182, we tickle your fancy. And the Greater Starkville Development Partnership.
And welcome back. It is 6:40. It's been a little more than a year since the city of Starkville opened its new municipal building. It's just one example of the growth city leaders hope they will continue to see.
Our Aundrea Self joins us with more from Starkville in this week's Tuesday's Town.
We are in the beautiful city of Starkville, and right now we are in the office of the mayor of Starkville, Mayor Parker Wiseman, joining us now. Mayor, thanks so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
I think our discussion should start really right here in this building. This was a long time in the making for you. I know it was one of your big priorities. Talk about move-in day here in this new facility for City Hall.
Well, you know, I can't talk about move-in day from first-hand experience because I was actually out of town on the day of the move. So what I can tell you is the staff did an extraordinary job on move-in day because I walked into my office and it was just like this. And we've been here for about a year now, and it's been wonderful. This was a $6.7 million public-private partnership. It's a very unique city building project in that we had an architect and a construction company that came to us on a request for proposals and said, we want to build this building. And we loved it. We loved it on paper, and we love it even more in person. And so we left behind our old city hall, and that building's actually gutted right now, and we'll open it in the spring as our new police headquarters, and we're really excited about that project as well.
I know one of the big reasons, among others, for building this new facility, it feels good when people come to work and they are proud of where they work. I mean, the physical building that they're in, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, your city facilities communicate something about your city.
Sure.
Yeah. And, you know, previously we were in an older building that had not seen much work through the years, and it was much too small for all the people that were in it. You had police, you had city administration and municipal court all crammed into that same building. So we moved city administration and municipal court over to this building, and it has a tremendous amount of civic presence right here on Main Street. When you come into downtown Starkville, it's one of the first things that you notice. And it communicates that this is a city that's on the move, on the rise.
Let's talk about being on the move and on the rise. You're nearing the end of your term, but certainly you will still be involved in the community. Where do you see Starkville going now?
This is a rapidly growing community. It's one of the fastest growing communities in the state of Mississippi by population. It is rapidly becoming a tourism center in the state. Tourism spending in this community has increased over 56% in the last 7 years. And we're seeing a tremendous amount of private construction as well. In the last 7 years, we've seen over $386 million of new private construction. So everywhere you go in this city, you're going to see something happening, and that's what we want. I believe that it's a false choice for a city to believe that it can stay the same. I think you're either in a state of building and growth or you're declining, and we're certainly a city that's in a state of building and growth right now.
Growth and movement, and you can't talk about Starkville in these last few moments without talking about the relationship to Mississippi State University, because many would say without Mississippi State University, then there's not a whole lot people would say about Starkville, maybe.
Sure. They're our biggest industry, by far and away our largest employer, synonymous with the identity of the town. We are Mississippi's college town, and that identity comes from Mississippi State University. So it's a relationship that we work to constantly nurture and make sure that we're pursuing opportunities together. And
don't we feel a little like something's missing when the students go home for the holidays and for the summertime?
It does. It feels like a different town. And, you know, as one of the natives, there's something about that's nice for a little bit. It gives you that familiar feeling of summer vacation or Christmas holidays. But we're always very, very glad to feel the wheels of the economy start to speed up again and the excitement and activity when those students arrive back in town.
All right. Well, Mayor, thanks so much for letting us invade your space for a little bit. And we wish you well as you're leaving office, and I know we'll continue to stay in touch.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are again in Starkville for Tuesday's Town. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, Aundrea. And we will send it to a break.
All right.
Back with more in just a moment.
WCBI's Tuesday's Town with Starkville was brought to you by Holly's Sweet Tooth. Stephanie and Caitlin at RE/MAX Partners. Visit them at MississippiMagnolia.com. And Commodore Bob's, a unique dining experience in Starkville.